Thank you. Chalo, I'm just starting with the recording. Thank you everyone for joining this course. I'm really excited to have interaction with you guys. And बीच में I'll be asking you to type in your chat box so that you will be, I'll get to know that you are listening to me. That is one reason. Another reason is I want you to have some interaction with me and have deeper understanding of Bhagavad Gita. So just type in the chat if you are able to see my screen. Type in yes. Anybody? Yes. Chalo. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. This is Gita for Life. And we are going to learn about Bhagavad Gita in this course. So you may be knowing about Bhagavad Gita. You might have heard about Bhagavad Gita. Anybody who has read Bhagavad Gita here, just type in BG, टाइप करिए बीजी इफ यू हैव रेड भगवत गीता. आपने अगर भगवत गीता पढ़ी है, जस्ट टाइप इन बीजी. वेरी नाइस. कस्तूरी कामटे हैज रेड. एनीबडी एल्स? गुड. ठीक है. So I'll get to know more when we'll talk. So I'll just briefly talk about the course. What is going to be this course is, we'll be starting from today, that 29th March. Every Saturday the class will be on 9 p.m. I've kept this class, the timing, by keeping that by considering the timing, the availability of students and professionals, because most of the people are nowadays busy on Monday to Friday and even some Saturdays also. So weekend I thought of, and that's why this timing is decided. I hope it's okay with everyone. And then we'll be having around 20 classes, 18 chapters and some more additional classes. Whoever is going to complete the course, now there is a criteria of completion, of course, but I'll communicate that after some days, that you will be getting certificate of completion. So that also will be there. There will be recordings of this session. I'll be sharing the YouTube links. And question answer, there is a WhatsApp group and personal messages. So I and there is Sanskriti also who is there. We are happy to answer your questions if you have any during the session or after the session also. Okay. So briefly about me, I'm an entrepreneur. You can say startup founder. I've founded two companies so far. Before that, I used to work in company like Siemens. I worked in Harrison. So in total, you can say I have 17 years experience in corporate and running companies. Like since 9 years, I am running my own companies. And I am a student of Bhagavad Gita. I'm not expert. I don't claim to be expert of Bhagavad Gita. I'm still student. I'm learning. I'm a spiritual practitioner since 7, 8 years. I'm practicing spirituality, and I'm not here to teach. First of all, I'm not here to teach. I'm here to share my understanding and my knowledge, which I have gained from my teachers about Bhagavad Gita. And this Bhagavad Gita has changed my life. I hope it will be useful for you also. And you'll learn why Bhagavad Gita is important and everything that we are going to learn. So, education wise, I have done my master's in software engineering. And back in 2009, I passed out. I'm originally from Nashik, Maharashtra. Here, I speak Marathi. I have family. I have two kids. So this is basically briefly about me. You'll get to know more about me later, and I'd love to know about you guys also. One by one, I'll be staying in touch with you guys. I hope you won't mind me bothering you now and then, but I'd love to know more about you. How to get maximum from this course, right? That's most important thing. You guys, some of you are a student, right? So you who are a student, just type in like you are student, like student, or just type in S in the chat box if you're student. I'll get to know how many are students. Kasturi is student, yes. Yes, Sanskriti is student. Yes, Ayush. Yeah. So many people are student, right? You must be getting like what exactly we are going to learn from this course. That we have to understand. How to maximize the learning is this. Most important thing required is your attention. Your attention is very important. How to, like, we are on digital, we are in digital era. Like, how to get our attention to one place is very difficult. So I would suggest just focus on the course. You may be on mobile phone, so there will be notifications and all. So you just have to ignore the notification for next 1 hour. That will help you to get maximum out of this course. Avoid disturbances is important. Take notes. If you don't have pen and paper, I'll suggest grab a pen paper. That will, in the discussion, you will find a lot of nuggets, lot of points to be noted, which will help you in future. And interaction. I know you guys, you don't want to show your faces. That's fine. But at the end, we'll have a face show kind of thing. So we'll have a photo screenshot in short. But I want everyone to ask question and challenge me uh, by asking questions. Like, just don't be a listener, be an interactive person, so that we'll get to know, we'll get to learn from each other more. And outside of the session, immersion is required, right? Most important thing is like you have to read Bhagavad Gita. That will help you to reinforce the session, what you have learned in the session. Review the notes, recordings, exams. I'll think, but I don't think we'll be having exams. Before previous in my previous batches, I have taken exams, but we'll decide based on your interest. We'll conduct exams also. But I know students are already busy in their life. Uh, we have WhatsApp group. I don't need everyone to tell what is the use of WhatsApp group. So we'll have communication and everything interaction through WhatsApp groups. Okay. What is our goal with this course? Just a moment. Yeah. You're still able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. So, okay, why we want to do this course, right? We want to make it accessible. Accessible means what? Many people think like Bhagavad Gita is very difficult to understand. Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavad Gita is very tricky because it's Sanskrit, and then but there are a lot of variations, lot of different versions of Bhagavad Gita. So how to understand? And there are some different connotations around Bhagavad Gita also. Many people think like it's not good to read Bhagavad Gita and all. So we want to make it accessible by sharing proper knowledge about Bhagavad Gita. We want to make it applicable. By applicable means what? Like it should be applicable to your life. You should be able to experience the change and transformation that you are getting so that your life becomes successful. That's why the course name is Gita for Life. It's not like just Gita for to gain the knowledge, gain the gyan, or take the gyan and then just go to sleep. That's not important here. You should be able to apply in your life, and it should be inspirational. It should not only change your current life, it should be changing your future life also. So that's our goal for this session. Okay. So before that, we are going to some Mangalacharan, means some prayers. So why prayers are required, right? You may be thinking like prayers, we should be just focusing on knowledge. But understand one thing, like Gita is not an intellectual subject. Like you have to have lot of intelligence to learn, and then just by learning and rehearsing the verses, you will understand. You have to have God's blessings and our gurus and previous acharyas blessings to understand. And these are the prayers to invoke the blessing. I don't want you to repeat the prayers after me. I'm just reciting them once quickly. So Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So you can read the translation, like I'm offering my obeisances, my respect to my spiritual master. And this is this prayer. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostate. So it's for the Krishna, like how we are elaborating how Krishna is ocean of mercy and its source of creation in this way. So Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Vaishnavedbhyo Namo Namah. It's about all of us who are gathered here. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so let's begin now. See, this world is full of lies, right? I don't know if you have experienced. If you are experienced this thing, let me know in comment box that yes, it's full of lies. Like why? These lies which are continuously told, after some days, people start believing it's truth. And then that gets imbibed in the culture of the people. And after some years, the culture become traditions. And then traditions become unquestionable. Okay. So we live in various traditions which are enforced to us, and these are enforced by our family, our friends, uh, our media, our institutions. Can anybody tell me like any example of such lies? Like, have you experienced this? Uh, Anything like this? Like, okay, world is not full of lies, but myths. Okay, that's one perspective to see. We'll discuss about this. Like myth is very different perspective to see the world. Uh, but yes, I'm talking about lies. Like for example, people say ki okay, just a moment, something is happening on that phone. Okay. So what people experience something like ki you study hard and then after 10th there will be like life अच्छी रहेगी कुछ नहीं होगा राइट सो इस तरह से देन 12th आता है देन अगेन समवन डिटेल्स की 12th एक बार क्लियर कर दो देन सब कुछ अच्छा हो जाएगा देन ग्रेजुएशन हो जाता है पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन होता है एंड वी कीप ऑन डूइंग लाइक दिस इज वन ऑफ द लाई social concepts like money power yes Mithilesh is talking very rightly money right people think like getting money is only the success criteria correct money is only the success criteria many people think like this you might also think once you go in professional life or some who are in professional lives like getting more salary getting more benefits is like that's the success so what bhagavad gita is going to do is bhagavad gita is going to transform our perception and think about these things like how to perceive the world lies or the things that we are experiencing through the world one of the this thing like how to become happy, right? Getting like happiness. Many people think like weekend pe masti karna is the only happiness thing, or going to trips or vacations, long vacations is the only happiness. So we have different perceptions. So Bhagavad Gita is going to teach you about how to understand this perception and what are the truth, real truth about the life. Okay. Yes. There is existing and living. Right? There is difference. How many of you understand the difference between these two, existing and living? So existing means going with the flow, seek security and all. And living means finding the flow. We'll see. We'll see some examples here. So existing means going with the flow, means whatever is happening, let it happen. Living means actually find the flow, right? What is the right for you and what is the right thing for you? We should be doing that. Existing means just surviving. जस्ट ओके आज का दिन पास कर लेते हैं एंड विल सी कल क्या होगा देखते हैं इन द लाइफ ऑल्सो विल सी ओके आज की लाइफ ये लाइफ एंजॉय कर लेते हैं एंड देन विल सी वॉट एवर हैपन्स विल सी बट लिविंग मीन्स थ्राइविंग मीन्स लाइक enjoying at the maximum level without getting suffered that is enjoying existing means what you have to do you do those things which you have to do मजबूरी में होता है right but in living you do things you which you want to do okay in this way there are various differences like in existing your life is controlled in living when you are living your life you are the controller of your life and then in existing, we are looking for an escape. Like there is weekend, or I am very much tired. Let me just skip the class today, or something like that. We escape from the situations. That is existing. In living, we don't escape. We actually face the challenges. In existing, we compare with others, but in living, we compare ourselves with ourselves only. Like what I was 10 years back and what I am today, that we have to see. So when you are in on spiritual path, we are more driving towards living than existing. If we are not following any spirituality in our life, that is just mere existence, and that is not going to help anybody or anyone, or even to you also. So here we have to just understand the difference between existing and living, and then choose our path right. And this Bhagavad Gita is going to help you understand the difference between these two. Now we'll see about Bhagavad Gita, right? What is Bhagavad Gita and when it was spoken? Anybody knows like when Bhagavad Gita was spoken? How many years back? Just type in the chat box. कितने साल हो गए भगवत गीता को? 10 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल? Anybody? 5,000? Okay, exactly 5,000. Okay, 5,000. Why?
600 BC.
600 BC. Oh my God. 600 BC, matlab just today is like 2,600 years back, means you mean to say?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Any other answer? 5,000. Okay, you're very close.
It's similar. Like, I mean, exactly, I cannot tell you the numbers, but yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is-
yeah, you're very close. Yes, you're very close. Yes, yeah, you're right. You're right. Krishna appeared in this world 5,000 years back, and then in the same time, Kurukshetra war happened.
yeah,
That's what
probably
we know.
around 85 years or something when he had this, something like that.
Yeah. That we know from history perspective, but Bhagavad Gita is Sanatan. Sanatan means like eternal. Eternal means that doesn't have any end or beginning. That's an eternal. So Bhagavad Gita knowledge has been existing since beginning or since creation of this universe. So Bhagavad Gita has been there, but it was reincarnated or re-spoken by Krishna to Arjuna 5,000 years back in Kurukshetra war. Okay. So where it happened? In Kurukshetra. So in Kurukshetra, you know, like where is Kurukshetra? Kurukshetra is in current date Haryana state. Okay, 5,500. Yes, you are also close, Priti. Thank you. So Kurukshetra is in Haryana. It's still there. And there is a place called as Jyotisar. And there Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna. So who has spoken Bhagavad Gita? Is to Krishna, and to whom? Is like to Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna by Krishna. Why? Because Arjuna was in anxiety, he was in difficulty, and he was not able to understand at the very, very crucial stage of his life what to do. And then Bhagavad Gita was spoken. That is the why it is spoken. And there are lot of things on this Bhagavad Gita, right? Lot of versions of Bhagavad Gita around this. Like which Bhagavad Gita is correct? That is the next question, right? How many of you like how many Bhagavad Gitas are there? Like 1,000, 2,000, like कितने Bhagavad Gita के versions आपने देखे हैं अभी तक? Anybody has remember or read? You have read like 2 types of Bhagavad Gita. Some people ask only about the shlokas or anything. So what we follow is Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder of ISKCON. And why it is as it is? Because it is exactly as spoken by Krishna, and without any actually changing of meaning of the words or anything. So this has these different parts like shloka is Sanskrit shloka, then it has meanings of every Sanskrit word, and then it has meaning of every shloka, and then there is the explanation. And this is the world's largest distributed Bhagavad Gita, means almost 65 crore people have read this and they have copies of this. So this is most authentic and the largest one. Srila Prabhupada, if you don't know, we'll talk more about him later, but he has written so many books in his lifetime. And he every day he used to wake up at 1 a.m. whilst everyone was sleeping, and he used to translate the books, which was ordered by his spiritual master, his guru, that his English is very good as compared to that era. In that time, he was one of the best English speaker, and his guru ordered him to translate the Indian literature in English and preach or popularize it in Western culture. And that's why he started doing that. And when he became older, he used to use the dictaphone to record his voice, and then his students used to transcribe those into English and everything. So these are some of his best books, in my opinion, but he has written many more such books. So how scientists see anything, right? There is a hypothesis, there is some assumption they have. Then they, to prove the assumption, they do some experiment, and there is a conclusion. Okay. So in the same way, Bhagavad Gita is not a book or religious book. Many people think it's Hindu book or only Hindus should read that. So it's not. Because anyone who appreciates this scientific method, it is given in Bhagavad Gita also. So here hypothesis is what? The Shastra, whatever written in the Shastra. Experiment is sadhana, means the practice, and conclusion is the sadhya. Sadhya means perfection. What Prabhupada has told us, like if you are ready to study and apply genuinely the principles of Bhagavad Gita in your life, you will experience the conclusion or the sadhya, definitely. So it is a scientific process. The spirituality based on Bhagavad Gita is scientific process. That's what mentioned here by Prabhupada. So this is the tree of Vedic knowledge, right? I don't know if it is visible to you, but these are Indian knowledge system, like two types mainly, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means like these are heard and then transcribed, and Smriti means these are compiled, right? So there are Vedas, like four Vedas, then Upavedas, Vedangas, like Jyotish. Jyotish is one of the part of Vedanga, like in this way. And then there are Itihas means Ramayana, and then six Darshana, Sankhya, Yoga, and Vaishishka, and all those things. So which actually section is Bhagavad Gita part of, right? So Bhagavad Gita is part of both the sections, Smriti and Shruti both, because it is part of Itihas, Mahabharat. That's why it's Smriti. And it's Shruti because it is told by Krishna to Arjuna. That's why it's Shruti. And Bhagavad Gita contains the essence of all the knowledge. Whatever you are seeing here, everything, the essence is compiled in Bhagavad Gita. And that's why Bhagavad Gita has various analogies, right? How to understand this. See, if Gita is considered as cow who is giving milk, and Krishna is cowherd boy who is milking the cow, and Arjuna is calf, then Bhagavad Gita is considered as the milk of the cow. So not, sorry, I made a mistake. Gita is not cow. All the Vedas are considered as cow. Then Bhagavad Gita is milk of that cow. That's how we should understand. So that is the essence. Another way to understand is Bhagavad Gita is a navigator. Yeah, you may be using Google Maps, right? When you are driving. Nowadays, cars also have navigation system. So Bhagavad Gita acts like a navigator for your life. This is actually very useful because for every instrument that we buy, वी गेट अ मैनुअल, राइट? मोबाइल फोन लेते हैं, मोबाइल के साथ मैनुअल आता है, वॉशिंग मशीन लेते हैं, उसके साथ एक मैनुअल आता है. बट वी हैव गॉट दिस बॉडी. बॉडी के साथ हमें कोई मैनुअल नहीं मिला है, राइट? हाउ टू यूज दिस बॉडी, हाउ टू परफॉर्म बेटर, how to not fail in life, right? There is no manual. So Bhagavad Gita acts like that manual actually. And Bhagavad Gita also is considered as, like, there is a shlok like mala nirmolchalam pumsham jalasnanam dine dine, like we take bath every day to clean our the dirt or mala that we accumulate on our body. In this way, if we bathe in Bhagavad Gita, whatever this samsara malanashanam means, whatever the dirt or the bad things we have acquired through this life, through the world, those will be cleansed. That's how we should understand. See, Bhagavad Gita helps us to cleanse our life in that way with pure knowledge and the applying those knowledge in our life. Okay. Now how should we read the Bhagavad Gita? See, we have to read the Bhagavad Gita in a disciplic succession. Disciplic succession means what? The Bhagavad Gita is transformed from one guru, another student, and then the student teaches his students, and in this way. So Bhagavad Gita should be read in this disciplic succession, which is not broken. Okay, the chain of teachers which goes back to Krishna. And how it should be done? It should be done scrutinizingly. Scrutinizingly means you should be asking question. It should not be just, okay, reading and rehearsing or just memorizing the shlokas. It should be scrutinizingly done with the help of devotees of Krishna who understand who is Krishna and why he is spoken, everything. That is important. And it should not be motivated with some personal interpretations. There should not be, okay, my understanding of Bhagavad Gita is different and your understanding is Bhagavad Gita is different. That should not be the motivation of Bhagavad Gita. We have to understand from the spiritual perspective taught by the acharyas, who are the who have spoken or who knows or who have gained the knowledge through the disciplic succession. So these some of the quotes from very well-known people, like Albert Einstein used to say, like, when I read Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems superfluous. Means बहुत छोटी चीज लगती है, बाकी चीजें बहुत छोटी चीजें लगती है. What God has created, just imagine like how your bodies have been created, right? Every body has a unique features, unique things. So like these, the body की complications कितनी होती है in this way? How many living beings are, living entities are there? How many non-living things are there? If we start imagining all these things, we'll not be able to comprehend, right, how God has created all these things. So that's how Albert Einstein is mentioning. Mahatma Gandhi, like Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who said, like, when doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, I see not one ray of hope on the horizon. I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find words to comfort me, and immediately begin to smile in the midst of overwhelming sorrow. Those who meditate on the Gita will derive fresh joy and new meanings from it every day. Every day. So I know people who read Bhagavad Gita every day since decades. Since decades. It's the same 700 shlokas. But every time they read something different and they understand something different. And that's my realization also. Will Smith, you know, the Hollywood actor, award-winning Hollywood actor, he said, ki 90% through Bhagavad Gita is my inner Arjuna is being channeled. Now, why I'm telling you these things, right? These big successful people are reading Bhagavad Gita, and that gives us another reason why we should read Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita has 5 topics. First topic is identity, like who are you, Atma, right? Who are you? Then second topic is what is in this world, like Prakriti, nature. Then third is like karma, what we should be doing, right? What are different types of karmas, our activities are there. And then there is Kala, like how this time, the Kala affects us. and connect with God, Ishvara. The fifth aspect is Ishvara. When we read Bhagavad Gita, we understand these 5 topics from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, these 5 topics, as I listed: Atma, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Atma, Prakriti, Karma, Kala, Ishvara. These 5 topics we have to understand from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so if you read Bhagavad Gita entirely, then we will understand. Some shlokas in second chapter, some shlokas about Atma in second, then fourth, then sixth, and in this way. So we'll understand this once we start going into the chapters. How do we understand Bhagavad Gita? If I tell me about Bhagavad Gita in 3 minutes, what exactly you will be able to tell? Like after this session, you should be able to answer this question now. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells us that we are not body, we are Atma. That's our identity. That's our true identity. That we are a spirit soul within the body, that Prakriti. This body is nothing but the Prakriti. This body is made of Prakriti. The living being, living entity is living in this body. Krishna tells us about these qualities of material nature, like what are the qualities, good qualities, bad qualities, everything. Then there are activities. This body is this doing various activities. So what are good activities? What are the reactions of good activities? What are bad activities? What are the reactions of bad activities? And how not to get the reactions? How to be free, moksha, like all those things. कैसे करते हैं? वो Kala, everything is what you do, you need time, right? So fourth topic of Bhagavad Gita is nature of time, how time actually affects us, and how actually this is controlled by time also. That is also told in Bhagavad Gita. And for fifth is God. So ultimately, how we are connected with gods, which is outside of this material function. It is outside of this material function. But how we can transcend this material function and connect with God, that is called as yoga. Yoga means not just asana or pranayama or anything like that. Yoga means it's come from the Sanskrit word yuja, and yuja means getting connected, and yoga means connecting with God. So whatever we do, we should be able to connect with the God. That is what is Bhagavad Gita going to teach us. Okay. So there are 3 sections of Bhagavad Gita. There are chapter 1 to 6. Chapter 1 to 6 is about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means how do we do our karma or activities. That helps us connect our life to God. Then there is second section, chapter 7 to 12 is about Bhakti Yoga, means remember the goal, love of God, like why we should be doing our activities in this way by following karma is to follow the Bhakti Yoga. And 13 to 18 chapter is Jnana Yoga, is info about yourself, the world, and everything. Okay. So these are the 3 sections of Bhagavad Gita, and we are going to learn each and every chapter. A brief overview. One session will be of one chapter, and we'll get to know main highlights of that chapter also. So today's session will cover only this much. I wanted to give you brief introduction about Bhagavad Gita. In the next session, we are going to talk about first chapter. And in the first chapter, we'll discuss about what exactly the reason was that the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, and what is Arjuna's perspective, and everything. And this first chapter is very, very important chapter of Bhagavad Gita, according to me, because it resonates with our life, current life also. You may not have experienced any problems or anything in your life. You may have experienced also, I don't know. But whenever you experience, the Bhagavad Gita is going to help you, and you're going to remember the learnings from this course, definitely. So that's all I have for today. I'm open to any question as of now and discussion, because we have enough time remaining. The first session was very small. I wanted to keep it brief because it's first day. I don't wanted to overload you and get your perspective now. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Does anybody has any question? No one has any question. Then we can go to close. Should we close the session?
Hello.
Yes, Shreya.
Actually, I just started Bhagavad Gita and I
Okay.
want to start reading it regularly.
Okay.